Greetings and welcome. My name is Beaumont, and this is Vibrational Guidance Over Truth, a tarot and oracle channel where we allow the sensations and subtle whispers of the body to confirm alignment or reveal what is not in alignment with each message. This is not a traditional tarot or oracle channel. I am not an astrologer, nor do I present these readings as fixed truths. Instead, I invite you to journey with me and use your intuition muscles, examining the synchronicities from the colors, images, numbers, and stated guidance on the cards. Each week on this channel, there is a new theme and a new set of decks. The theme for this week is The Wild Within, Rooted Growth, Winged Insight. Please check out the deck cleansing video for this week if you want more information on the theme. Note, I do not reinsert cards once the reading has concluded, so every aspect of the collective that needs to hear a particular message from their spirit guides can. Also, the comment section for this channel is off. Our space here is for personal contemplation, refining individual critical thinking skills, and reflection as a surface to grow your intuition. Readings are for entertainment purposes only. Always take what resonates, leave what does not. This space is rooted in love, not performance, not prediction, and not perfection. Love is what has brought you here, and welcome. Below in the comment section, you will find the names of the decks used in this week's readings. So thank you so much, Collective. I'm so glad to have you here. The last message from Thursday was powerful, and I'm so excited about this Friday collective message where we again are only going to use the oracle cards. We're going to start off, I'm hearing the same as last time, with our sigils, which are tools for manifesting and empowerment. Spirit guides, thank you so much for this opportunity to read for the collective, to relay from you all what it is that you need aspects of the collective or the entire collective to know and to hear. Allow me to be a vessel where I step aside and you all speak through and allow the messages to come through clearly. What messages would you like to reveal using the sigils as far as manifestation and empowerment is concerned right now? What is the energy right now as it pertains to manifestation and empowerment? Thank you. And let's see one more time. I'm hearing two more times. All right. And then final. Thank you. You were right, two more times. I won't doubt you. Okay. We've got like a chapter book out here. So I'm going to take them in the order that they came in. And there seems to be a common theme with reversals. This is more to the left. Okay, so let's read our chapter book. First, we have moving forward, higher self. So we have taking your higher self with you, moving forward. Next, we have the disguise card. So something about your higher self you might need to disguise, or you have learned a valuable lesson, Spirit is saying, from needing to disguise who your true self is, and that you don't need to reveal every aspect of yourself in certain environments. So again, maintain the knowledge, maintain the knowing, your truth, that you have a higher self than what some communities, some environments are privy to and are aware of right now in this phase and season of your life. And that it is necessary to disguise, to not reveal the higher truth, all of your awareness in every setting. Discernment, awareness, that's very key here. Then we have moving forward as well, assertion. So there will be a season, not this season here, if this is a lesson from the past, where you will be asserting yourself. Then we have more so in the upright. First is to emit. So you're going to be asserting yourself and emitting what your frequency in your energy is in the directions that you have been divinely guided to assert your energy, your skills, your truth in. This is awesome and beautiful. Also, we have here moving up, right? More so is the embody. So you do embody the ability to emit a frequency, to emit a truth, to emit a knowing. And the assertion and the emitting of what you embody is something that either you are currently resting in Or again, this could be entirely a past chapter altogether in your life. Right here, chapter 3, if you will, moving forward, is this filter card. So I feel like Spirit is confirming what we mean here by disguise. In a new season, you will be filtering information. That means not disclosing everything, still a tad bit of this disguise that you have learned in a past chapter. And in the very future, the far future, or the right now for some, if all of this is a present situation, we have in the reverse a shift. Do not shift out of the mind state, out of the mindset, out of the construction of your higher self that you are in. Do not allow anything coming into your energy to shift you. Do not shift. And along with spirit guides wanting you to know that this is not your season of shifting. Yes, disguising, but shifting out of your higher self, shifting out of knowing what you are to admit. This is not the time for that. Will you be filtering? Yes. But do not shift out of your truth and knowing who to show up as in certain settings. And also in the reverse, we have here barrier. No barriers. So barriers in the reverse. Wow. Huge message here. And I heard, read it in the reverse. As truth for right now. Some of you have decided, I am not setting up barriers. I am not going to shift out of the knowing that I have acquired out of these mindsets. And because I'm not going to set up barriers that are not necessary, and I'm not setting up barriers because I'm not shifting, I am going to, moving forward, or what I am continuing to do right now, is filtering out what is necessary and what is not. Powerful. In addition to this, you also in this present time are embodying an energy, that source, that creator, that the divine guides are telling you, emit it here. This is when you interject. This is when you stay silent. This is when you move. This is when you go up, down, in, out, left, right, around, through. Emit what we tell you to emit as your discernment and your intuition so speak to you. And the assertion of this energy in accordance and in alignment with filtering the when and where and how is going to allow you to know that your disguise is not a front. That your ability to be who you need to be to your children, to your community, to your neighbors, to your parents, to your friends in your workplace, those disguises that you have to carry are all in place so that your higher self can maintain its divinity in the way, in accordance with the highest, best, good will and way for its manifestation on this timeline, on this frequency, at this set pace. Wow, 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 wow. Spirit guides, I heard, nope, not that one. So we're going to go to the ancient stones. We will come back to that deck right there. I heard, not that either. All right, so feathers. Yes, okay. We will start with feathers. Let's go to our Divine Feather Messenger Oracle. Spirit guides, what messages would you like to relay that are new? To the collective. And I heard chickadee, and it's crazy. Chickadee was in the middle of the deck, and here it is at the bottom. The time is right to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. I am putting that in the middle. That is crazy. That is wild. I literally was told chickadee. I split the deck. I saw chickadee, and then you saw me shuffle, and chickadee was at the bottom of the deck, which, hey, let's do another shuffle. One more shuffle. And let's get some confirmation or new messages. Spirit guides, thank you so much for what you have said, for whatever particular aspect or the whole of the collective that is here right now. Please relay any new messages or clarification for the messages you have brought out right now. Thank you. Are there any clarifications or new messages that you have for the collective? All right, we've got one message. So clearly one thing was meant to be said. And it is mainly, I would say, landing on emit and disguise. So someone might need clarity on, it sounds like a contradiction, Beaumont. You're telling me to disguise myself, but then emit some type of frequency that's true, or the rightness of what I think in certain aspects. Well, let's see what this card says together, shall we? It's the owl card, the epitome of the symbol of wise dominion. Some people use the word wisdom, confirmation. Being able to disguise yourself is not about being two-faced, about fronting, any of that. Like the owl, you are able to disguise yourself in the environments where your call, your presence, your scent, your smell, the sound of the flap of your wings can emit a frequency to alert others in your environment that you are there. So it is necessary, like an owl, to disguise yourself. But let's read what this says. Your intuition is correct. Follow the inner wisdom without fail. That is spot on. Wow, spirit guides. So let me read that again. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner guidance. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. So this is true. For a group of you in the collective that are struggling with, man, people are going to start saying I'm two-faced. I'm not talking to these people anymore. I'm not sharing as much as I used to share. That ability for you to be in disguise and admit only what is necessary in certain settings is not you being two-faced. It is you using your intuition, which is what this channel is about, honing in and practicing using your intuition, that inner knowing that is correct, because the first line says your intuition is correct. You know that there are certain people that you should not be speaking to about certain topics or at all, especially if it pertains to personal matters and you ascending into higher consciousness. Be wise without fail is the last line here. So be wise without fail. Yes, disguising yourself is necessary. I'm not asking you to go out there and purchase a wig and a mustache and sunglasses and a black, cape or a trench coat and pretend to be something else. I'm asking you to use your intuition and disguise the aspects of yourself that people want to ask the right questions, poke the right buttons, and try to pull out and glean. What are you asserting? What are you believing for right now in this season of your life? Don't do that, so that you will have housed that higher self to emit it wisely from your intuition at the appropriate times where you're told to embody an energy and to give it. I'm hearing now go to stones. So now that we've gone from feathers higher up, your intuition coming through, your wise dominion coming through and confirming, let's go down to the ground. And let's see what the ancient stones have to say as far as confirmations for this reading. What messages would you like to confirm or reveal that are new? Thank you, spirit guides. What messages would you like to confirm? And what would you like to reveal that is new for the collective? All right. Spirit guides have spoken specifically over higher self. For those of you who need clarity on what do you mean by higher self, Beaumont, I've got your answer right here. And then this barrier in reverse, only thing that was touching it are these two. What are these barriers that you're telling me not to set up? So here we go. In the reverse, higher self, what it is not. Higher self in reverse, these cards in reverse. Stone of Destiny, life path, ambition, passion, yes. So when you are in your higher self energy, are you meant to follow a particular light path, like this sword in the stone? The answer here is no. The life path that society, that family, that social conditioning, TV, social media has set up for you, that is not for you to follow. That is not the path of your higher self. Are you to be this stereotypically drafted up, pertaining to imagined, created, ambitious image? No, you are not. Are you supposed to be the societal version of passionate? No. And are you supposed to be saying yes to things that are socially acceptable as far as that being the direction of your higher self? No. So all areas of this are saying no. The stone of destiny for you is not the traditional life path, is not the traditional way of being ambitious, not the traditional type of having passion towards a thing. No. And the first card, last word is yes. The answer here is no. So if you need to know what is being a higher self, it is not those things. What higher self is also not for an aspect of you within the collective, or maybe the whole collective. This card, returning, is in the reverse. It is not about returning. So you're not returning to something, an old timeline, a past life, character trait, or aspect of yourself. It is also, as it says up under returning, spiral journey, growth, renewal, healed. It is not about you spiraling back and going back to a past chapter in your life. It is not about you growing. It is not about you renewing something that was, and it is not about you healing. So your higher self has moved beyond this. You are not healing. You are already healed. You are not renewing anything. You have already set a pace, a new path. You are not here for growing. You are the growth manifest in this lifetime, and you are not spiraling into a journey that you have already begun again. You've learned those karmic chapters, those past frequencies of mistruth. This is not about returning. So whatever your perception is of higher self, oh, to be holier than thou, more in the scriptures, spirit guides are letting you know that is not this. And then as pertains to barriers and not setting up barriers, what are the things they don't want you to set up barriers with? First thing they don't want you to set up barriers with is scrying. And if you don't know what scrying is, Google the definition, watch yourself your own videos, do your own research on it. But it says scrying, trust your visions, intuition, plant seeds. So some of you, as it pertains to barriers, need to engage in scrying. Learn what scrying is from a myriad of sources. Decide for yourself, listen to your intuition and your higher self. What does scrying look like for you? And as the middle card says here, use your intuition. Plant those seeds within the practice of scrying and trust the visions that come through to you as a result of engaging in this. So some of you have been brought up in particular religious communities where even things like tarot and how you can utilize tarot and astrology and knowledge of zodiac signs, in addition to believing in certain religions like Islam and Judaism and Christianity and Catholicism, is seen as taboo. You are being told right now your higher self has no barriers for these spiritual practices and synchronicities merging and coming together. You're not here to pick up the flame and carry the torch of your forefathers' religious and spiritual beliefs. You're here to engage in something new. So those of you who this might be your first time learning of scrying, it is time for you to tap into your intuition, engage in planting seeds and learning this new craft of spiritual divination, and trust the visions you receive. Your spirit guides, your ancestors, the ancestral realm, and everything of ascended masters are here to guide you, to tell you, trust the visions. We're giving this to you as a result of you being in alignment. And then finally, we have here in the upright, the records card. Remember why you came. Whew, this is so bold. And it says next, be bold. That's crazy. Remember why you came, be bold, legacy. So I am not speechless for words. I could say a lot here, and I will. The barriers that you are not setting up are so important. Do not think something like an Akashic record, your past life, are taboo topics, aspects of life right now, and carnality and reality, which I like to say reality is real for all to see. That carbon experience with skin and matter. The records in your blood. Blood is comprised of, I forget, somewhere between 70 and 8% water. In research, military studies have been done in noting that water, when frozen, the fractals of it hold memory, they hold vibration. That is proof enough that your blood holds the legacy, holds the memory, holds the record of ancestors, of beings in your bloodline. You are clearly here because someone was here at the beginning of time and they kept on bumping and grinding, and you are here to this day. That knowledge, that intuition, that knowing, that get together withedness, that pull yourself up out of the gutter, you have that, and you are here to remember why you came. Why is your bloodline, why is your lineage so bold enough to still be here, and for the legacy of your truth to be on record today? Some of you've got to sit with yourself and figure that out. And the tool of divination that you are being asked to tap into is scrying. Don't be afraid of it. I don't know too much about scrying myself, but I'm going to look into this just in case this message is a form of divination where my intuition can be strengthened if this is what the spirit guides want for me. But this is for some of you. All right. Last oracle deck. Whoo, this is some exciting stuff. I love it. I'm new to it, but I'm true to it. And I love it because with the owl over disguise and admit and telling you what higher self is not, and what I said in the last message about like why I'm no longer believing in formalized religion. And of course, like I said, I will be doing a video probably series on how I came to this place and my belief for myself as a woman of color who is no longer of formalized religion, or I could say specifically coming from the background of being a Christian, and why that is. The record is in the proof. It's in the pudding. It's in the blood. Some of us got to just tap into some things that we've been told don't tap into it, but why not? Some of us can interpret dreams, are prophetic, can hear others' thoughts, can project thoughts on others. I hear people talking about astral projecting and astral traveling, all that stuff. I'm not privy and aware of that, but I am aware of other things, like people having dreams and the synchronicities in dreams lining up and showing up in their life, or the symbols from nature that show up. And then if you Google the spiritual message of what that symbol, that color, that animal, that creature, that artifact was that you just happen to be near and by, and how it lines up with your life, that type of stuff I'm more aware of. But some of you, it's time to tap in, tap out of traditional setup of your mindset, of your heart space, and tap into the supernatural. And while you will believe that the records of why you are still here is to be bold, not bundled down, but to be bold. But you're going to filter and be able to discern with your intuition when and why and where. Everything about you and your spiritual gifts and how long it takes you to manifest and bring things from the unseen realm into the seen realm is not for everybody to know. Be wise. It is not for everybody to know. Be wise without fail, as it says. So let me get off my soapbox. Spirit guides, woo, push me to the side. What more would you like to say through our last oracle deck, Root and Wings? Thank you so much. What are the wrap up messages that you would like to say to the collective? Are there any messages? All right. You got something to say? Would you like to say anything else? I heard nope. Give me another time. All right, one more time. Is there anything that you want to say? And clearly you want to talk about one thing in particular because the cards are showing up right there. Let me back up a little bit. Anything else you want to say? No, you know what you want to say. When you want to talk about a particular thing, you talk about a particular thing. When you want to talk about higher self, you want to talk about just higher self for the people in the collective who need just that, or the whole thing. When you want to just talk about the skies in a minute, you speak to what you want to speak to. So let's see what you want to say. I don't even remember what's up under here about assertion. In the reverse, I think we all saw this come out in the reverse. Rooted in courage. Ooh, someone does not have courage. It says here at the bottom, find strength in challenges like deep roots standing firm in the storm. So some of you are afraid of asserting yourself in these new spiritual beliefs and these thoughts and this realm of questioning your current reality, what has been projected on you to believe is real for all to see. Some of you are not rooted in courage. You're fearful. You've been told that's wrong. That's the devil's work. That's Satanism. That's negative energy. That's opening yourself up to energies and spiritual realms that you don't know nothing about. So you shouldn't be dabbling in it just because you don't know about it. Is that true? Or are you the person who is meant to find out and not necessarily find out to tell other people, to filter so that you don't shift out of this new truth? You know what it is. I'm going to say one more thing about that if I can remember, but let's see what this card is. It's in the upright. Woo, woo, woo. Look at spirit coming through and speaking through for you. I'm excited on this one. It says hope, y'all, in the upright. Hold on to hope and look forward to the future. So yeah, baby. Spirit's coming through, speaking through for a particular group of y'all. You scared right now. I get it. I might be crazy, sounding calm sometimes, sounding exciting, got that rip a band-aid off type of mentality about how I allow spirit to come through and speak to me and relay these messages to you. But we are in a time of needed and necessary change. And this channel is all about the individual. Again, I will never conduct a reading purposely looking for finances and love. Mm-mm. The karma, the energy you have set out and that's coming back around to you right now, that's yours. What I am here for, why spirit guides have set me up to set up this channel, is for stuff like this. And we're just going to readdress it with me getting permission now to lead back to what that former other message was. The other message I was going to say is everybody has a manifestation window. Everyone has a period of time of let me tell you, you better be cautious. Don't be opening your mouth up and letting people know your manifestation window is 7 days, is 3 weeks, is 28 days, is 3 months. Don't you dare do that. Or I tell you, every enemy and demon and vibration and frequency on this realm and all across the galaxy and ones you don't know of is going to come through to break that shit down and cause the blockages. Don't do it. But the first thing that I got permission to say is you need to figure out what your manifestation window is. And I can definitely give personal testimonies, not telling you what my manifestation window time frame is, but how when I needed something to happen and I did certain things, and I'm not talking anything like super mystical, I'm simply talking about speaking it into existence, just bare minimum, speaking it daily, multiple times a day, that I needed something to happen, but I did not have the strength or the know-how or the resources to make that thing happen. And then it showed up. And then realizing and thinking back and reflecting on how I've done this multiple times in periods of my life, and it's the same window. Some of you need to shift your reality, your mindset of what it means to manifest and cause something from the unseen, from your thought realm to come into physical fruition and being. This is your wake-up call. So that's all I needed to say. I'm going to recap through the message so we can hear what we got to hear, and then we're going to move on. You are being guided. And again, multiple interpretations, but this is the one narrative that I am being told to present. You are being guided to be in your higher self. You are here for a reason. As I've said tons of times before, of all the eggs in that woman's ovaries and sperm swimming around in that man's ball sack, it was the two that came together to make you, or however many it was, and you're the one here this lifetime for a reason. And you are not here to live a life path of your ancestors, to live a life like your parents, to live a life similar to anything in your community. You're not passionate about that? No. You are not here as a returning frequency, spiraling through a journey of past life experiences to try to redo something and to heal again from generational wounds. That is not why you were here. That's what that specific confirmation says. Why you are here is to be in that higher self and disguise it. Be wise like this owl. Know that you have been given an intuition, and like this channel is all about practicing that intuition muscle. You are here to find your intuition, to remember that it is correct and it is always right. You don't have to have the confirmations outside of yourself to know that you know something, but you know when you know something, and follow that inner wise truth, that wise dominion without fail. What does it lead you to? The ability to, in the future, always assert yourself. But don't be afraid. Some of y'all don't have the courage right now, and your spirit guides are telling you, have hope. You can do this. You can assert yourself in this new way. And again, disguise it. You ain't got to tell your family that you're not Christian no more, that you don't follow Islam no more, that you're not Catholic no more, that you don't believe in Hinduism and Buddhism no more. You don't have to let nobody know that you're leaving formalized religion. I didn't. Well, actually, I did tell a few people, but that's a whole nother story for another time. But you don't have to tell anybody that your belief system is shifting and changing. You ain't got to drop the baby and the bath water all at the same time. Just have that hold on, that you are moving forward and asserting your higher self. That's not a repeat of any, and you're not repeating mama and daddy. This is not for people who want the comfortable life, the soft life. This is for people who are about that life and asserting why you are here in this lifetime, because you're here to emit a frequency according to your, like this is here, your intuition, And when your guides tell you go north, you go north. When they tell you go south, you go south. When they say go east, go west, go in it, go around it, go through it, you have the intuition, the wise dominion without fail to follow that inner silent, still voice and always know that it leads you in the right direction because you have learned to have hope, and what you are emitting is real, is your higher self, is your manifestation, your ability to be a conduit, a channeler of source, of divine frequency in your body for yourself and for others around you in your environment as you so are told to show. What that also is you being confident to embody that energy, that you know that source energy is within you, and that anything you see happening outside of you is a reflection of, I was told not to go, I'm not even going to go there with this one, I won't do it. But you are here embodying an energy that you are going to do what? Filter. Just because you got it doesn't mean you always use it. Again, carrying on with disguise, you're going to be taught with your intuition how to filter when and where, to who, how much, how little or none, abundance, overflow, nil. Because this is not your season for shifting out of this knowing. This is your season of staying true on the straight and narrow path. I used to remember this verse and I loved it so much when I was a Christian. It says something like, wide is the path and more trodden is the way that leads to death and decay and destruction, something like that. But narrow is the path and more few trodden is the path that leads to higher righteousness and something along those lines. That's this. You're not going on the wide path. You are going on that straight, narrow, very few choose to walk it. But you got to have hope. We're not saying you got to believe everything right now. Just have hope that it's going to lead you somewhere and you're going to follow that path. Not only do you have hope, but you need to set up barriers. Stop opening up your mouth about everything you think and you believe. Every video ain't meant for you to share. Some, yes. Be very discerning. Be very discerning. Like disguise. Discern. Everything ain't for everybody. Be careful if some of you dibble and dabble in substances. Your lips get loose when you engage in them substances in certain communities. Be careful. Because scrying is the tool of divination that some of you or all of you hearing this message in the collective need to tap into to recall what those past records are. Not return to them, but recall those records. Remember why you came here. Be bold in knowing when you find out why you're here, that you're here for that thing right there. And that's your legacy. So I thank you so much for tuning into this message. I love you. I love you. I love you very much. I look forward to seeing you all. And please hit that like and subscribe button if you would be so interested in joining our community as we grow. Peace, love, and light.